Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So this is starting the vlog series as I prepared Survivor for release. So this is coming up. So I wanted to preface this by saying Survivor obviously is very thick. It is super epic, super action-packed. It is a very, very good story. But all good stories had a starting point. So I just wanted to clarify and give this little disclaimer that in these vlogs, I really struggled with the initial, I had to rewrite the book, do initial edits, and then I sent it to my editor, and so she did round one, I did round one, and then, which my round one was spent rewriting the book a little bit, adding 80,000 words into it, and then I sent it back to her for her round two, my round two. But this initial first edit, I was really dreading it. This was dealing with the first version of Survivor, which I've always compared before my editor gets a hold of my books. It's like a sketch. It's a black and white sketch done with pencil, and there's no shading, no detail, and it's just extremely vague. By the time that she helps me edit the book, both of our rounds, all of our rounds, all the proofreading, by the time it's this, it's like a 3D painting, right? Compared to the sketch it was. So I really heavily struggled. I dreaded it so badly. It wasn't in great condition in terms of like the writing, and it felt like a bigger task than Immortal, and Immortal was the biggest book in the Valiant series, and I thought it would be the biggest ever done. So it's a really good book, but you're about to watch my initial struggle where I was wondering whether this was even going to be in the Valiant series, and the order was going to be different, and I was really dreading it. So you're looking at the final product now, but please keep that in mind. This is still a good book, despite what you're about to watch. So if you're still with me, thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so this is another day in Survivor, or preparing Survivor for editing. So we're in the current financial crisis, and I had a Bible study today about really emphasizing with multiple verses and different devotions that I do. All of them was talking about trusting God and relying on God and surrendering to His will and stuff. So yesterday after I vlogged, I did spend some time planning out potentially a Kickstarter, because I've been wanting to do one for the Valiant series as a whole, with having to give away something new, but with the intention of raising the money to buy the rights to the audiobooks, so I don't have to do royalty share anymore, and so the narrators can get paid outright for their work. So to me it was okay, I could do a test run with Survivor. I have plenty of other books. It's the 6th book. I have tons of the other ones to use as tiers and giveaways and stuff. So I was just debating, but I'm if I can somehow, what if I do a Kickstarter, it goes for say 20 to 30 days, and in that time I secure a few more editing clients and get the money, but then I'm so far I haven't had any editing clients, so I was I wasn't sure what to do, and then that's what led me to pray this morning, and then it was just trust God. So I think what I'm gonna do is, if it starts to be April and I still haven't paid Heather and hired her for Survivor or gotten the money, then I will create a new plan. But for right now, I'm thinking it's March 26th, so I think I may wait and just focus on writing my book, and I gotta edit Immortal, because I also realized if I do find editing clients, then the problem becomes I would be editing those books, and I would need at least 3 books at $300 or more in order to get the money that I need, and I would be editing those at once. And yes, it would give me the money that I need for Survivor, but then I would have to delay Immortal, and Immortal is supposed to be released in the summer, and I have to edit it for round 2. I have to get it formatted and get the proof copy to me, which Amazon shipping times takes at least a month. So, and then I have to edit the proof copy, implement those edits and changes, and if there's big stuff that I need to change at that stage, I'll still have to order another proof copy. So I have to start working on Immortal now in order to get it all done in time for a summer release, no later than maybe early August, although I'm shooting for July. So I got to get started ahead of time, and I may have to do a longer pre-order time so I can have time to get the audiobook done, that sort of thing. So with all of that in mind, I think I'm just going to turn my attention to Immortal, and I'll come back to Survivor and figure out what to do and keep you guys updated when the time comes. But just letting you know, for now I'm signing out. It is March 26th. So we'll see what happens between now and when I can get the money. Hey guys, so this is another part in my Survivor vlog. So It is March 30th. Well, I haven't gone to bed yet, so it's technically March 29th for me. It's been a couple of days. I've had 5 days of editing Immortal. Today was day 5, so it's been at least that much since I last talked to you guys about Survivor, I believe. Somewhere in there. I'll put it on the screen if I have the correct numbers and all that stuff. But basically, what's been happening is I obviously got Immortal, so I've been editing it. I also, a client finally paid me, and he only paid me $350, which, I mean, only, like, it's worth it for the book, but however, in the grand scheme of editing Survivor, that is 1/3 of what I need. So I'm gonna need more than that. So I've been editing his book and Immortal every day. It's been a lot to balance because editing is a lot of work. It's a lot of brain work, so I'm actually can feel that I'm more consistently tired every day. And if you're watching my Immortal vlogs, you'll kind of pick up on that a little bit. I'll have a card here if you guys are watching it at the time. If not, stay tuned, because I'll be releasing them hopefully soon. Leading up to Immortal's release is the plan. However, anyways, so I did get an order on my website. Somebody ordered all of the Valiant books, which was only like 20 bucks. My website did, for some reason, make them pay shipping, even though they're ebooks. So I have to figure that out. It's happened once before, so I'm just going to email them, and in the email let them know that I need to refund them the $7 for shipping because these are ebooks. So I have to send each book individually, so I'm waiting for that to load. I'll show you here. So yeah, I'm going to zoom in, but it has to load each book individually. I send them in EPUB and PDF form. I actually want to buy the ebooks directly from me. It means I get to keep all the royalties. I'll have a link to my website. You guys can browse the store. I've also got a merch store, which is not just like about my books. That's just bookish merch in general. So if you like reading books, it's like I am a book nerd and there's a little bookworm or something. There's all kinds of cute little things. There's different author ones too. And again, has nothing to do with me or my books, although I do have designs on there. So check that out. I'll have a link in the description there. Anyways, I had to do a little bit of a plug. So, I did have somebody contact me potentially about my map designing. I've been trying to get my map designing business off the ground because I love designing maps, and that would be something I would love to do for clients because it's a lot more fun and relaxing for me. Not that I don't like editing, because I love editing, but editing is just so much work. When, for me, map designing is one of those relaxing things that helps me wind down, whereas editing, it's like a lot more work. Not that map designing is not work, but it's one of those things that I actually do for fun. So I'm hoping that will come somewhere. Still won't be what I need, but it will help. And then I have been talking to other potential another editing clients, so we'll see how that goes. And the reason why I'm doing this vlog is because I think it's important to show all aspects of being an author. Like I've showed you guys editing and writing and rewriting and audiobooks, and I showed all the mistakes that I made with that and went through all of the mistakes. I'll pop that up here on the screen as a card, so when you're done with this video, check that out. Basically, I've learned by making a lot of mistakes. I talked about the evolution of Hunter's Cover and all the mistakes that I made with that. I'll pop that up as a card. I'll have it here. So I tell you guys every aspect of being an author. Even most of the time it's messy. I make a lot of mistakes, I screw up, and it does, like, I want to show you guys all the aspects of being an author. So yes, I book review and we do a lot of fun challenges. I'll pop some of those up here on the screen for you guys to enjoy. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of fun, but I don't want to just show you guys the squeaky clean side or the mistakes. Sometimes it sucks because you don't get a lot of money, and I'm struggling and striving and clawing for the money that I need in order to have Survivor edited, and I don't want to have to do a Kickstarter, so I'm just working as hard as I can and trying to balance out editing Immortal with another client's book right now, and I can't dedicate as much time as I would like to Immortal because of it. But either way, I want to show you every aspect of being an author, and that includes high editing prices and even normal ones like this, because I feel like my editor is amazing, but still in a reasonably affordable price. But sometimes it just takes money that we don't have. And I was actually doing a Facebook post. I didn't do a Facebook post. I stumbled on one today, and I won't name any names or get into it, but essentially somebody was complaining about a high editing price, and everybody in the comments was like roasting him and really rude, and I just lost my cool. I shouldn't have, but I just wanted to do this video to show you guys the other side of being an author, because we don't make a lot of money, and a lot of people, rightly so, defend cover designers and editors and anybody who works on a book that does all the hard work and the services behind it, and they're okay for charging high prices. They do work hard. However, it'd be nice if some high-end editors were more considerate of authors who cannot afford that. I know me and my editor are affordable, but I know a lot of editors are not, and me and mine are like the two of the ones that I know. I had the first editor of Immortal was affordable as well, and I know a lot of other people who are, but the majority of people think that editors are all high-end and that only the ones who charge $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000 per book are the only editors that are good and worth having. I would not be where I am without my editor, and she is affordable and amazing, but no less professional. I am no less professional just because I charge only $2 per page. I edit for everything. Heather edits for everything. I don't know about Heather, but I can't shut my editing brain off. So if I see something, I'm not just looking for grammar. I'm not just looking for vocabulary or sentence structure. I'm not just line editing. I'm not just developmental editing. If I see something, anything, I will fix it. I'm not going to charge you an arm and a leg for editing your book when you need help. And when you may not be able to afford a high-end editor, but you still deserve a high-end editor in terms of quality. And that's where me and editors like my editors like my Heather, that totally made sense. And that's where editors like me and my editor Heather and another editor I know named Laura, that's where we come in. So if you're somebody who is in despair, if you're an author in despair because you think you can't afford an editor and you don't know about doing a Kickstarter, there are editors out there that are affordable and actually genuinely care about authors. The editors who are high priced, I don't know all of them, and I don't want to make a blanket statement, but it seems to me, based on the people that I've interacted with and the people supporting them, they don't genuinely care about authors. They are more in it for the money and the quote hard work of the editors. And we do work hard, but our hard work is not necessarily something that we need to charge thousands upon thousands of dollars for. And I would say, I can't speak for my editor, but I would say she would probably agree with me. But either way, I care about authors and I want to be affordable. And this has been a rant, but even though I'm having to strive and claw and save up so much money to try to get Survivor edited, it's worth the price. Heather is worth the price that I pay her, but it's still affordable, where with a lot of hard work, I can get the money, I can save up enough money to hire her, and it's worth it. So don't let this rant deter you. Like, I'm not saying don't pay us or cheap us out or anything like that. Like, I'm cheaper than I ought to be because I choose to do that to help authors who cannot afford anything else. And I've been willing to go down in my price before. $2 per page, I'm still like, even though I have a lot of friends telling me I should be charging a lot more. So don't think that I'm saying don't pay editors and that they're not worth money. Like, Heather is absolutely worth every dime that I put into this, and she is so good. And I would not be here without her. So this is a huge shout out and praise to Heather, because I would have given up on Rogue if it wasn't for her. It was the skeleton of a book. It had nothing. It was just a book. Like, we authors work hard too to write books, don't get me wrong, but she got me forward and helped me get Rogue to what it is. And she's helped with Immortal more. Like, she deserves so much more than what I paid her for Immortal. We spent 2 months just talking about the big developmental edits in Immortal Round 1. That was 2 months of back and forth messaging, sometimes multiple messages per night, every night for 2 months, pretty consistently, just talking about the big developmental edits in every era the first time. That was just Round 1. That's not including the grammar and punctuation and all of that stuff that we did for Round 1. So this time, Round 2, it took us a week to talk about the whole book and everything that I needed to get fixed. That's how much work and effort she's put into this. So huge shout out to Heather. And honestly, even though I'm talking about me being an editor, like, if you need an editor, please go hire her. She's so much better than I am. I'm good and I'm really good, but she's amazing. And I work hard for the clients that I do have. So I'm just shouting her out and praising her so much because she deserves it. I just had to get on the rant because hire. And like, I read some comments, y'all, that was like $20,000 for 90,000 words. I mean, these numbers, that was not just one comment. There were so many comments that were like that. They were like, oh, $2,000 is so cheap and I paid this much for that. Like, y'all, what are you doing? How do you have that much money, for one? Like, I I wish I had the money to just throw $20,000 to an editor and to a cover designer. And all these people, speaking of cover design, cover designers deserve to get paid too. Cover designers, editors, author services, everybody who helps put a book together and get it published is amazing, including the writers. We authors, like, for all of us who charge 99 cents for our books and only get 33 cents per book, like, charge what you're worth, make it a little bit more, make it affordable for readers. But if editors are paying thousands of dollars, if designers are paying thousands or hundreds of dollars, then maybe we should increase the price of our books just a little bit, like an extra dollar or two. $3, $3 is not that much for a book we spent years or months of our lives writing. But anyways, my purpose in doing this vlog was to update you guys in the progress of saving the money that I need to have Survivor edited. And yes, I went on a rant. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, but I really do want to emphasize how much that Heather is really worth the money. And I'm glad that I'm working on saving the money that I need and stuff like that. Like, it's totally worth it. I just had to go on another rant about super high priced editors that will make you pay thousands of dollars just for one type of editing. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out Heather about that and update you guys about my progress. So I want to show you guys every aspect of being an author, and this is one of them. So that's probably enough for now. I'll check in with you guys next time I have more updated. So it is March 29th. So just for record, I don't know how much longer it's going to take me to get the money that I need, but we've got 1/3 of it and I'm working on the rest. So I'll check in with you guys next time. Hey everyone. So this is another update in my Survivor thing about trying to get the money for Survivor. So I wanted to give you guys an update about this. So I don't remember if I told you guys, but I did get an editing client and that paid me $350 out of the amount that I need. So I've been editing his book every day, a chapter of it every day, and then doing Editing Immortal every day, as you can see here, based on my notes and all that stuff. So yes, the day before yesterday, so today is April 3rd, just for the record. So on April 1st, I believe, I actually got my first map designing client. So I designed maps, fantasy world maps, for $100 per map, and I got my first client. So I'm very excited. So I noticed the payment the night of the first when I went to bed. So the second, yesterday, after I did my editing for my client, I designed the map and sent it back to the client, and he asked for some revisions, so I'll be working on that tomorrow. So that gave me an extra $100. So I now have $450. So I'm getting there. I'm making progress. It's just taking a little bit to save up. I may have some more editing clients secured, so we'll have to see what happens with that, but I wanted to update you guys on this, and hopefully I'll be able to have some good news with you guys in a few weeks. This is an update in my Survivor series of trying to get enough money to edit Survivor. So I'm getting my breakfast right now, but I got an editing client and I got a map designing client, and that gave me about half. So I've been waiting. I had commented on a post that was like really like just filled with drama, and then I made a video about my opinion on editors and pricing and all that stuff, which I'll put here as a card for you guys to watch. So check that out. But that post, my comments on there had elicited a lot of interest. So I had 2 random people message me, and then the guy who made the post appreciated me standing up for him, and so I thought that he was going to have me as a client. And I've been waiting because he basically has to get the money to pay me for his book because it's a big book, and then that would give me the money that I need in order to hire Heather to edit Survivor. So I've just been waiting for him, and I don't know if he's still planning on it or not, and so that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know. But then I heard from my editor, and because she does 2 rounds of editing, what she is okay with is if you pay her half before and then half afterward, which means you would pay her half, she would do round 1, and then you'd pay her the other half, and then she does round 2. And so I told her my money situation and asked her if she would be okay with that if I paid her half now, what I have now, to make sure that no more subscriptions come out and take away more money, because I tend to do that. I subscribe and then I forget, and then the money comes out and then I'm like, oh wait, where'd the money go? So that if I did that, we would at least be able to do round 1 for Survivor, and then I would just be scrambling to figure out how to get the money for round 2 before she finishes round 1. And I think right now that's my best option because it's getting to be like, it's mid-April right now. It's April 13th, I think. hold on, let me check. It's April 15th. I was a couple days off. So it's April 15th, and so I really wanted to get started by like May, because that would give us all summer, and then I could do a fall release, generally speaking, provided that round 2 isn't delayed. So that's my plan. I'm gonna listen to her messages and see if she approved it, and I will check in with you guys about this later. Also, I just want to point out that I also forgot to fill you guys in on the cover of Survivor. So I'll probably do a separate video going over the different renditions of it and like what we changed more specifically. But basically my cover designer and I have been working over the past several weeks on the Survivor cover, and we went through several different versions of it, and we just now got it finalized. I'm waiting for kind of final opinions to come in. So once I do that, like, but I'm pretty sure that this new version is the version, and it's really exciting. But I did get the Survivor's cover done. So if you guys are watching this, I've probably already put out the Survivor cover, me going over the different renditions of it. So check that out. I'll have it as a card here. Yeah, so that's everything with that. I forgot to fill you guys in on that part. This is also still part of my Survivor video thing. Thank you so much for watching this vlog series as I rewrote and edited Survivor, and then eventually, you know, formatted and proofread and got it to this beautiful thing that it is today with the help of H.A. Pruitt. So shout out to her. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a like for all of the hard work that went into this book, and be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more writing and reading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you enjoyed this episode, stay tuned for the next one. I will have it here as a video, and if not, it'll be in premiere mode, so you can check it out as soon as it goes live.